Hi, my name is Ruvira Surya. I'm the game director for God of War Chains of Olympus, and I'm going to show you a little bit of our game. This level is called Battle of Attica. So right now Kratos is defending a Greek city on the shores of Attica against a Persian invasion. You can see all the boats in the background. This was one of the first places where we really wanted to see whether we could do a vista. We knew with the PSP that it was going to be hard to get the kind of stuff you got out of a PS2, but we pushed as much as we could, and it definitely shows, I think, on this. As you can see from the backgrounds and from everything that's happening, that there's a lot of detail in there. The fire across the sky and the ships on fire, like left and right. The city's on fire too. This is actually the first enemy we encountered in the game, Persian soldier. It's a basic enemy that has some really a very cool tail and a very cool move actually for his attack, and usually easy to fight. It's want to get the player involved in this thing very fast, be able to plow through some enemies, understand the combat moves. You of course get your full square combos that you've been accustomed to before. And also the interactivity of the environment. For example, here, the one thing that you have to do is go shoot the ballista to stop those ships from firing to you. There's more fighting going on there. And for example, here we have AI against AI, which is something that one of our programmers really wanted to do, to have Greek soldiers fighting against your enemy at the same time as you were fighting. We've tried to really maximize that intense feel, for example, with the Cyclops coming through and trying to smash you. Just when you think that you're going to be fighting him, bam, here comes the Basilisk, actually eats him. See the limbs in his mouth, just eats him up, and here you go. This is your first boss battle actually in the game, and we've worked hard to try and see what we could do with an enemy like this. It's a fire-breathing enemy, and of course which has melee attacks. You kind of have to just see the pattern actually of how he fights. He's got the 2 bites, and if you stay too far, you might be getting shot on by his fireball. We really wanted to allow the player to experience a similar thing that you've experienced in the other games, which is that feeling that you're fighting something bigger than you could ever imagine existing. In this case, this big basilisk that actually the Persians have brought onto the city to destroy the city. And here you go, slam him on the sides. We wanted to really get Kratos to move around this beast as much as possible and try to hurt him as much as possible. And the end of the CS move actually here ends in him hitting him with a big pillar that was left over by the Cyclops that walked in. Now that the Basilisk went away, you try to chase him. The Basilisk went away, and try to finally get on the beach that you saw him, and you finally get on the beach that you saw. You see the blood trail right now. The Basilisk having. And you see the blood trail right now. The Basilisk actually entering the city at this point. He's actually entering the city at this point to chase him, and it's going to become your mission to chase stop the destruction of this Greek city and try to stop the destruction of this Greek city. As you can see, I mean, the level of detail for the environment was the level of detail for the environment wanted to get something that we wanted to give to player. We wanted to give as in the other games and no excuses made just because of the other games and no excuses made just because it was a PSP game. So like I showed you before, I mean, you get your triangle combos, you get your hop slam triangle combos with the hop slam down, and some of the other combos that you find in the other 2 games. Some of the other combos that you find in the other 2 games, for example, square combo, that the special square combo control, and also something that we added that I'll show you right now, which is something that we added that I'll show you right now, which is a more focused attack that leaves you vulnerable at the end, because there's a little bit of vulnerability that, like about if you end up in a big group of people, you'll most likely get hit. diversity on the combat was a really big thing for us. On the combat was a really big thing for us. I know that Corey actually and the guys have done an amazing job with it. So we have really done an amazing job with it. Make sure that we didn't use that in our game. Make sure that we didn't use that in our game. And now we are at the start of the city walls. We are at the start of the door, and now you get onto the ramparts. Kicks down the door, and now you get onto the ramparts. On the Basilisk that you can see in the background, the Basilisk that is just damaged, wreaking havoc. You inside the city, big beast wreaking havoc. Going through the city, and the more time you waste, the more you allow it time. The more time you waste, the more you allow it time to actually destroy the whole city.
What evil have you wrought on this city? What evil have you wrought
on this city? Further to that, of course, there's going to be a lot of NPC character interaction. There's going to be a lot of NPC character interaction. We have a temp cinematic here, for example. First encounter cinematic. The Persian king, one of the first encounters. It's the invasion right now, and Kratos is here to meet the invasion right now, and challenge him here to meet him, tell him to get out of his city, challenge him, and tell him to get out of his city.
Olympus has sent a message, and I am here to deliver it.
The first magic that you're gonna obtain also is the first magic that you're gonna obtain also is gonna be coming from the Persian king era effect magic that he carries, and he's gonna use magic that he carries, and he's gonna use it against you. You'll be able to use it against other people. While you're gonna carry it throughout the game against other people. That's something that we kept true for the whole game. That we kept true that for the whole of the magic that you were getting were attached to the character you were getting to some material thing, a character or to some material thing.
Thanks for signing up for a special edition demo. I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek of God of War Chains of Olympus.